Patriots offensive tackle, at least he used to be. He prefers to be called a offensive lineman. 11 years in the NFL, three-time Super Bowl champ, and probably heading into this business at some point. He's Matt Light, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. How are you, Matt?
I'm doing well.
You got a job in the media?
I do not. Other than talking to you, this is as far as I've gotten.
Do you want to?
You know what? I guess I'd say that I'm open to explore possibilities. I will tell you, though, that one of the things that's definitely on my mind at this point is the fact that I can go through an entire summer, I can smell freshly cut grass, and I won't get sick to my stomach, and I won't have to be killing myself in the dog days of summer. So that might be the overriding thing in my mind at this point.
You're not going to work out? You're not going to shower? You're just going to just sit around and do nothing?
Is that that's the American dream, right?
Yes.
To not shower and sit around all day. I mean, I'm all for that.
If you were going to upset Brady or Belichick and you had your choice during a game, who would you rather not upset?
Well, I mean, I would tell you that for many reasons I wouldn't want to upset Bill. He has a unique way of highlighting you post-game that amongst your friends, your peers, of course, that you really don't want to, mess with that fire.
Give me a sense of that. What's that like when you screw up, you go in after a game?
Well, look, I mean, here's the thing you have to consider, that it doesn't really it doesn't matter if you win or lose the game. We're not going to, I mean, look, we went on a stretch there where we won quite a few games in 2007, and I can honestly tell you that there wasn't a single moment where we went in on, Monday morning and went through the film and had a lot of attaboys. I mean, that just doesn't happen. And I think that, once you're in the system long enough, you realize that there's a method to all the madness, and never being complacent, and all those, things that you hear as an athlete, you have to respect. But it does get a little ugly. And, when you make a mistake or you have a penalty or you make a mistake that we've talked about all week, those are the ones that he really doesn't like. He has a unique way of bringing that up amongst everyone, like I said, and it's never a fun moment.
He won 3 Super Bowls with the Patriots. The former Patriots offensive lineman Matt Light joining us, the Dan Patrick Show. The Patriot way in dealing with the media, is it official in what how you're supposed to act, or is it just assumed that everybody falls in line? Because you guys don't say anything at press conferences. You're rarely available to the media. Is that by design?
Yeah, I would say that there's always a method to all the madness around that organization, and you have to have one voice, and that one voice is Bill. And, the way he views it, you don't have a whole lot to gain by throwing a lot out there in the media, and whether it's, talking about an upcoming opponent, talking about somebody else's, issue within the media, or even speaking to some of the things that have happened in the past within the organization, you really don't have a whole lot of upside when you throw comments out there for everyone else to then comment on. So I think that when you're a young guy and you walk into that organization and you see how things are handled, it's fairly easy to fall in line because all the other guys are doing it, and you don't want to be the guy highlighted in the what we're not looking for category, in each morning's address. So it's a fairly simple thing to follow.
I know that now that you're a former Patriot, you can be honest with me. What do you think is worse or has been worse for the game? The Bounty Gate with the Saints or Spygate?
Obviously I was, fairly close to everything during the Spygate issue. And to me, and I think probably a lot of people think it's just oversimplifying it, but it really was a non-issue. From a player's perspective, we all understand, that every team is doing everything they can to get as much knowledge on any other team. But I think that even more so than that, you realize that half the time, all the digging and all the people that are, digging through film and footage and trying to get, every little last piece of information, that half the time that hurts you more than it helps you. because you're sitting there working, all these things out through your mind. You got coaches telling you, on third and long, you got to worry about this, that, and 500 other things. And, I think that that thing got blown out of proportion, and at no point, and I think everybody truly understands this, unless you're a Jet fan or somebody, that truly has a hatred for New England. But
you didn't benefit at all out of all of that as a team. You don't think
you can't? You can't. I mean, you have to understand that a guy like Bill would never do anything to disrespect the game. I mean, it's been his entire life. I mean, he can go back and tell you a play that happened in 1976. The player that, I mean, he truly has a respect for the game, and he would never do that. Now, he'll be the first to tell you that he will push right up to the edge, and he'll try to get as much as he can, gather as much information as he can, and everything else, but at no point, will he ever go outside that. And that's always been the model, to us as players, too. We don't overstep certain, boundaries, and when it comes to on-the-field issues and, if there's a guy that's doing something that's ridiculous, he'll pull a guy from a game. I mean, he has a ton of respect. So, and you can't, look, it's real speed game time. You can't call something in that's going to have an effect, while the game is happening. So, to me, that was a non-issue. I think the bounty, it's a little bit more of an issue. Obviously, you're talking about player safety and welfare. That's something that we all have to be concerned about.
The Light Foundation provides youth with unique outdoor learning experience that assists them in reaching their highest potential. Matt has a celebrity shootout event on September 18th. You can find out more, mattlightfoundation.org. It's good to visit with you. Good luck if you're going to get into this goofy business. And if you do, bring some strong opinions. That'll help you stand out. And have fun, because you got a great sense of humor.
Well, I appreciate it. As two Ohio boys, maybe we'll meet and we'll have a face-off. We'll get after it together.
I'm not
world issues.
I'm not afraid.
Well, I figured that much. I look forward to the day, my friend.
By the way, I'm listed as probable.
Well, as a University of Dayton grad, that kind of comes with the territory. I mean,
thank you, Matt. Good to visit with you.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, Matt Light. Yeah, I can see him in this business.